A very good afternoon to you all, and welcome from me, Rukidi Edward Kijinangoma, to UBC Lunchtime News this Tuesday, the 4th day of April 2023. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. Now, the Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, has cautioned beneficiaries of parish revolving funds in Kibale against misuse and diversion of the funds. Kasaija sounded the warning while launching the disbursement of 1 billion shillings under the Parish Development Model (PDM) to over 10,000 beneficiary households at Kibale District Headquarters. The Minister said PDM funds are neither a grant nor a donation from government, but a revolving fund to benefit many enterprising individuals at parish level, with the aim of reducing the 39% of subsistence farmers growing crops mainly for home consumption. Take a watch.
District. Today we have officially rolled out the disbursement of money from the parish circles to the individual beneficiaries' account. Many members have already received the money. So far in 5 parishes, beneficiaries have received the money from the circle accounts to the individuals, and we have officially launched this disbursement to the individual beneficiaries. We are very grateful to the district administration, the technical team, the COW, the official.
Being first of all discussing the parish development model, and also to announce that money has started trickling down to the beneficiaries. Here, I think from the figures I saw, something, and seriously warned them that this money is not for cham-cham, it's not for eating, it's not a grant, it is a loan. They must use it productively when they have finished when they have harvested and sold whatever they have been working on. Things one, we took long to sensitize the population. You know, this program came very abruptly. We had not had very much time in order to chew and everybody to come on board. That's one. Two, of course, money is a problem these days. The cash flow is restricted because of different difficulties that the economy is going through. You know, that thing, COVID really did a lot of damage to us. But eventually we will definitely get the money and give it to them.
Now, government has been asked to subsidize on the cost of internet bundles and increase accessibility in remotely located areas in order to enable citizens access digital platforms, especially when the world is going digital. This was cited in a digital economy conference organized by Victoria University in partnership with Coalition for Better Uganda and other stakeholders to sensitize learners about the essence of digital marketing and studies in order to cope up with the world's changing trends.
Work is here. Let's give them another loud hand about it. Since we'll be only studying for 2 days and a half, and then in just in 2 days and a half and 2 days and a half of the other days.
Whatever you see around you is now being digitally controlled. There's a time when you are going to reach and there is no transaction you can do when you're not using technology. I know we've come to times of barter trade where we're doing things that easily, but we are going to a level where even transactions, borrowing, communication, every transaction is being done digitally. The operations and the movement of the entire economy relies on technology. And that's the future we are getting into. But for us to be able to move at a pace where we can compete with the outside or the global world, is that we need to encourage, we need to enlighten, we need to inspire our youth, but also make them understand the real truth of the future they are getting into. The child who is joining a university today, or even if you have a son or daughter who is joining school today, in the next 5 years, the things we are doing will completely be obsolete.
Credit from how to get internet. Internet is expensive in this country, Uganda, so government has to look into how much internet is. The cost of internet affects the cost of doing business in Uganda, okay, especially business online. So if people can go on TikTok and make millions and millions of money, that is digital economy. They can earn even from home. Okay, so we want to encourage our government to review the tax policy on the internet. Access to internet is a hindrance to more digital innovations, but at the same time, it is a hindrance. It hinders development. It hinders job creation, especially on the side of young innovators. So we are going to push with our partners to see that our government, the NRM government, the government of Uganda, reviews the tax regime.
Now, religious leaders have encouraged Christians to hold on to religious values as has been during the Lent season. Christians are challenged to keep humility and holiness even after Lent during the Holy Week, which ushers in the Easter season. The week commences with Palm Sunday, later Holy Thursday, a Good Friday, and the D-Day, that is Easter Sunday. Take a watch.
Christians across the world celebrate Palm Sunday, which hosts various activities and marks the beginning of the Holy Week that goes to Easter Sunday, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Palm Sunday is celebrated to remember Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem, riding on a donkey with songs and praises, a situation that was short-lived as he would later be led into suffering to die for sinners. During the Holy Week, Christians reflect on what he went through ahead of his crucifixion.
We want to make a personal reflection of who we are in God and ask the Lord to invite us, or allow the Lord respond to the invitation of God to follow him.
To the Good Friday or the Holy Friday, this is the day when we now seriously go on to the real event when Jesus went into his passion, his death and resurrection.
In the Catholic Church, the images inside the church are seen covered as a sign of empathy with Jesus during his suffering.
There should be less drumming in the church or dancing or that kind of thing is lowered down. The spirit is now a spirit of looking at Christ going to the moment of his suffering and the death. So
believers are challenged to continue to emulate good values even after Lent season.
It's what we've been practicing intensively during these 40 days. And I would pray that we still hold on to that.
We inwardly get transformed, and when there has been an inward transformation, that you don't stand from. So we still have opportunity, dear friends, to walk away from simply ritual, tradition, religious practice to a real life transformation, a real life encounter with Jesus Christ, and that you can never run away from.
Easter, the celebration of Jesus' resurrection, ends the 40 days of Lent where Christians fast to imitate Jesus' fasting in the wilderness as he would later be crucified, buried, and resurrect after 3 days, which is Easter, that is celebrated annually across the world. Miriam Wumcha, UBC News.
The government has pledged to deploy 140,000 electric motorbikes and 3,000 swapping centers, reducing harmful emissions and improving health. Now, the signing of an agreement is a demonstration of Sparrow's commitment to contribute to the vision of Uganda and its president, which places the migration from fossil fuels to electric transport as one of its priorities. Now, this is an unprecedented step in the transition of African cities to more sustainable mobility.
Mauto, the leading electric motorbike and battery swapping provider, has signed a partnership agreement with the government of the Republic of Uganda for the deployment of more than 140,000 electric motorbikes and 3,000 charging and swapping stations. The new brand identity of Mauto is Spyro, which was launched in Africa in May 2022 and plans to expand into 10 countries by 2030. According to the CEO, Bakari, of Spiro and partner at the African Fund for Transformation and Industrialization. Electric two-wheelers are the future of sustainable mobility in Africa. The partnership, the first between an African government and a green mobility company in the continent, will create over 9,000 jobs. Additionally, an electric motorbike assembly plant will be built to promote Made in Uganda. Electric motorbikes will be affordable for future users thanks to this factory, as they will be able to save up to 40%. Spiro aims to be the leading partner on the continent for countries that want to accelerate their transition to greener mobility. The partnership between the Ugandan government and the Spiro will enable Spiro to deploy 140,000 electric motorbikes into the Ugandan market over the next 5 years, as well as developing over 3,000 recharging and battery swapping stations across the country to support this transition, which will mainly target border motorbike taxi riders. Border's taxis now account for more than 40% of travel flows in Kampala and more in other cities across the country. The deployment of these electric motorbikes and reliable charging and battery swapping network is in line with Uganda's ambitions to become one of the leading countries to sustainable electric transportation in Africa. Plans are underway in the coming weeks to launch the program to replace traditional motorbikes with electric motorbikes, as it's being done in Benin, Togo, and Rwanda. Ugandan drivers will be able to hand in their old motorbike and live with one of the new electric models and the first in Africa. The motorbikes are specially designed and adopted for the African market, and the swapping technology allows users to easily travel with no range limits thanks to a battery swap station, which takes 3 minutes to swap batteries compared to the usual 3 hours for a standard charge. The 4,500 motorbikes on the road have already traveled more than 22 million kilometers with no carbon dioxide emissions. Sandra Kahonde, UBC Business.
We'll now take a short break and return with much more. Do stay with us.
Jerry Con! Jerry Con! Hey, Master Blaster! Touch mwana! Bang Jerry Con with muscle! Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava! First school fees I teach you. When I'm going to Muscari, because of the camera is very far. Is you serious? Is serious you? What? Yeah? You stay put on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry car.
Okakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako, n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema. This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the future of Uganda. And as a policy maker, the policies I enact today will protect her from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Of supporting health in Uganda. This year, the Kabaka Birthday Run will mark its 10-year anniversary on Sunday, 16th April at Rukidi, starting 7 a.m. and continue the fight to end AIDS by 2030. Buy your running kit today at 20,000 shillings from Airtel shops, Benchwanuka, Fubani, New Taxi Pack, or Majestic Brands office in Bulange Mengo. You can also pay using Airtel Money. Dial *185 *5#. Kits purchased using Airtel Money shall be picked from Airtel Wampe or shop. Sponsored by
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, under the auspices of the East African Community, will host the 10th East African Petroleum Conference and Exhibition 2023 from the 9th to the 11th of May 2023 at the Kampala Serena Hotel in Uganda. Take full advantage of the investment opportunities in the East African region's vibrant oil and gas sector. To find out more on how to sponsor, exhibit, or attend the 10th EAPCE 23, visit www.eapce23.eac.int.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Haha, Tawakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Tecno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Tecno. Stop at nothing.
Iwakato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello?
Hello?
This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions, and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number, and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it?
Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tofera, refrain from unnecessary engagement with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100*21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
Welcome back from that break, and this is Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Let's go to Jinja now, where it's not so good news from there, because property worth millions of shillings has been destroyed in a fire outbreak this morning at Keshwala factory in Jinja city. The fire, which started at around 4 a.m., consumed almost the entire stores, which contained car tires, car batteries, candles and other items at Keshwala factory in Walukuba, Jinja city. According to police, the cause of this fire outbreak is not yet known, although investigations into the matter have already commenced.
tukyali ku mulimu nga wekulaba naye ate tulina ne bannaffe ekatira nairopline ne kafu ezimu fenna tuli wano abataka community bali wano mulaba abakozi ba wano bali wano tukola tewali muntu yenna akubisa eddobo ekampuni eno tewali muntu yenna afudde ewa kampuni eno ekiriwo naye bw'otunuulira ekizimbe ekikuta omuliro kiri mu makati w'ebizimbe bibiri ku left sodium silicate. Makati keche kizimbe chetuli mkulwanyisa omuliro. Then on the right, administrative block ya keshwara. Eri safe, ebizimbe biri safe. Singa tetuze wano mu bwawe. Ne tulwanyisa omuliro nga bwe tuli mukola.
There are 3 companies employing about 1,500 staff. But it's unfortunate that at the moment we have lost that as Southern Division, which is going to create unemployment, and the security as well for the area is going to be a problem. But as in these hard trying times, I would like to say the Shwala group of companies that we are together in the city, and we are going to be working together to restore this warehouse back to the place. Thank you.
Now, MTN Uganda has partnered with Hima Cement to pioneer the applicability of the ultra-high-speed broadband internet or 5G in Uganda. The 5G ultra-high-speed internet has been installed at the Hima factory in Kasese to test its reliability and stability.
Anywhere. Pending for the wide spectrum of the 5G from Uganda Communications Commission, MTN Uganda and Hima Cement have commenced with the trials of this 5G ultra-high-speed broadband internet on the existing 4G spectrum.
This is the first 5G site that we have set up in any company, I think, in Uganda. It's only the beginning. I'm eagerly waiting for the process of the technicality of the release of the spectrum, which I think is currently being handled by a regulator and is moving along at a very good pace, to probably allow us now to realize the full actualization of what this could possibly be. You have actually seen that on this 5G limited spectrum that we have, we were able to download at almost 10 times the speed of what you get on 4G.
Some improvement for sure. But there are things we can use already, improve it immediately, so it's really easy. But there are some other things, other technology where we will have to make some investment.
This wireless fifth internet generation is projected to improve reliability and stability of connection due to the removal of inconsistencies associated with the traditional broadband.
So 5G require a large number of sites because of the high speed that we provide, so the coverage is not that massive like the 4G. So 5G from investment perspective is for sure more costly than LTE. But we as an MTN Uganda, we have done that investment on the core, we have done that investment on the fiber, because 5G requires fiber. You cannot transmit 5G to the core using what we call a traditional microwave. So we have rolled out more than 9,000 kilometers of fiber in the country, and we are continuing progressing with that rollout as well.
5G ultra high-speed broadband internet has the processing capacity of 20 gigabytes per second. MTN Uganda partnered with Huawei Technologies in this journey of digital transformation.
Opening up new possibilities for businesses and customers. It will allow businesses and organizations to support millions of connected devices.
5G now is live in Hima factory and is live on the existing spectrum that we have. UCC, they have progressed very well on releasing the required proper spectrum for us to launch 5G at scale. We cannot launch 5G at scale if we don't have the required spectrum from UCC.
Uganda's telecommunication companies are establishing infrastructures and other necessary prerequisites to facilitate 5G applicability, pending for the Uganda Communications Commission Spectrum Grant, expected before the end of this year of 2023. Abdul Nasili Lubwama for UBC.
All right.
And further afield, tuberculosis is a bacterial infection of the lungs. Now, the disease can also affect parts of the body such as the kidney, the spine and the brain, spreading through the air from one person to another. Medical experts say TB is one of the world's deadliest diseases yet, where nearly 1.5 million people die from it each year. World Health Organization says TB death in Africa has decreased by 26% between 2015 and 2021. However, there are still some major challenges, including limited access to health services, inadequate health infrastructure, and insufficient quality care.
Record high number of tuberculosis cases in hospitals, despite the disease being underdiagnosed, health experts say.
According to WHO estimates, we should be around 47,000 cases of tuberculosis every year, all forms included. But unfortunately, we notify every year around 25,000 cases. So for the year 2022, we have notified exactly 25,286 cases of tuberculosis, all forms included, without forgetting our little ones.
Initial treatment for diagnosed cases lasts 6 months when patients are unable to tolerate the effects of medication. However, in drug-resistant cases, the treatment can last up to 9 months or more.
Among our patients followed up in 2021, we had 5% of our patients who were declared lost to follow-up. We did not hear from them until the end of their treatment, after they had taken the treatment for 2 months.
And such cases require additional care and attention by healthcare providers.
It's among these patients who have developed non-compliance that we have multi-drug resistant patients. Colleagues in the field are well enough trained to first test and see if they're still eligible for treatment of susceptible tuberculosis. Otherwise, we'll have to put them under a more complex regime, which is the treatment of multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, which lasts up to 9 months, even 11 months.
Drug-resistant cases in the country are also underreported.
According to WHO estimates, in 2022, we were expected to have 350 cases of multi-resistant tuberculosis. But we have only been able to diagnose 174 cases of multi-resistant tuberculosis. And unfortunately, among these multi-resistant patients, there are some who refuse to be put on treatment.
The country has introduced a protocol in 2021 whenever there are drug-resistant cases.
We are called to monitor patients during 4 months of hospitalization in the intensive phase so that the treatment is well followed. 4 months during which he takes his treatment, fasting under the supervision of the nursing staff. After the 4 months of the intensive phase, the patient is called to follow the last 5 months of his treatment in an ambulatory health center near his home.
The government has made tuberculosis treatment free of charge with assistance from donors and partners.
The treatment of tuberculosis in Cameroon is already accessible throughout the national territory in our 3,027 diagnostic and treatment centers. It's a treatment that lasts 6 months of the pharmacosensitive form with 2 months of intensive phase and 4 months of continuation phase. During the intensive phase, the patient is called to take 1 tablet, which is a combination of 4 tablets. And during the continuation phase, he's called to take 2 tablets, combined into 1.
Cameroon's national plan states that the country hopes to eradicate the disease by 2035.
Sports news now, and we look at boxing. British boxer Amir Khan has been banned for 2 years after an anti-doping test revealed the presence of a prohibited substance following his fight against Kell Brook in February 2022. The former light welterweight world champion tested positive for Ostarine. Khan, who retired from boxing in May, accepted he broke anti-doping rules but said it was not intentional. An independent tribunal accepted that argument, ruling out deliberate or reckless conduct by the 36-year-old. The ban from all sport is deemed to have begun on the 6th of April 2022 and expires on the 5th of April 2024. The UK anti-doping website states Ostarine is a drug designed to have similar effects to testosterone. In October, British sprinter CJ Uja was banned for 22 months after he tested positive for 2 banned substances, including Ostarine, at the Tokyo Olympics. And that brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for having kept us company. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanongoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon and see you later in the evening.